Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Global Renaissance Podcast, where we have thoughtful conversations on society and self. As always, I'm your host, Trev Woods, and today I am joined by a self-described engineer baddie,
Hi.
beauty and brains combined into one.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show again, returning guest Amma. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Even though you shut up late, it's fine. No
It
worries.
wasn't
It's
my
not your fault.
fault.
It's not your fault. Even though black people don't know how to show up to anything on time, this time it
I
wasn't
left.
her
Yeah,
fault.
thank
It
you.
wasn't her fault.
Thank you.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Now today, the inspiration for this episode, you like to post on your socials a lot. No, you are a beauty creator, but that's not what we're talking about today. We can talk a little bit about it, but that's not the plan. The plan is to discuss your complaints
My
that you've
complaints.
had. Well, you just be reposting on your story certain things.
I don't think they're complaints. They're just facts.
I feel like facts can be complaints.
Okay. True.
Anyway, our dear friend here has some issues with the way the men these days be moving. And so we're just going to really sort through that. Because, me, I don't really engage with dating content online, but I do clip farm. And so this is what the people want to hear. And I do find it interesting, the various perspectives. I'm a man. So I don't quite understand what it's like to be a woman dating in 2026. And so I'd love for you to kind of share your perspective, the things that you've experienced. And we can really talk about the disconnect that is existing in today's dating market. So does that sound good with you?
That sounds good.
All right, perfect. Well, where do you want to start?
Where do we even start? There's just so much to talk about and so much to dissect. Is it Boston or is it just everywhere? To me, I think Boston is worse, but I do think generally men have just been terrible across the board everywhere. But Boston men,
Have you been everywhere to really be able to compare, or is this just from what you've heard from the girlies?
from what I've heard from the girlies,
Okay.
I'm not the only one complaining. There's people
This
in
is
other
true.
states
This is true.
complaining.
They are complaining a lot. Now, my question, I guess, what was your most recent bad experience with a man that has prompted you to feel this way?
Too many.
Just give us the most recent one. We'll start there.
I went on a date with this guy, and first of all, at the date, that should have been the first red flag. When the, receipt came
The
and
bell. Yeah. Yep. Mhm.
whatever, when it
She
came,
doesn't even know what it is because she doesn't pay them. No, I understand.
yes,
Mhm.
receipt, bill, whatever.
Mhm.
When it came, he put his card down. I didn't see him put down a tip. So I'm like, you not finna tip? Hello?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Right. Thank you. He gonna be like, oh yeah, she gets paid.
That's a different conversation, though. We can talk about the tipping culture and whatnot, but as of
But
right
that's
now,
an example of a red flag.
servers do not get paid sufficiently for you to not tip them. I do think that we should be refocusing kind of that conversation onto why employers are empowered to not pay their employees a sufficient wage, so that we as consumers have to supplement their income. But as of right now, knowing how that system works, you should, when you are out to eat, sit down restaurant, you should be tipping. I agree. I do think that is a massive red flag. And did
So-
that man get a second date?
First of all, that was the first red flag, and no date. So I'm like, "Ugh, this is interesting. So I'm like, I'm gonna put cash down because I always have cash.
Mhm.
Why are you gonna argue with me about my money? Like I want a tip.
Mm.
Respectfully, that's my spot. I go to that spot all the time by
Mhm.
myself. I'm known there, so I'm not about to leave and then there's no tip.
So did he just happen to suggest a place that you go frequently, or did you suggest it?
I always pick the place.
You know what? Let's back up. 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 So when men are, because you do post, like you are a content creator, so you're very visible
Mhm.
on social media. And so how do men typically approach you? Is it on social media? Is it in person? How does that usually happen?
So, I mean, a lot of people DM me, but I don't respond unless you're my type.
Mm-hmm.
I think that barely ever happens.
What is your type?
I like a man who has a job, who's independent,
Mhm.
handsome,
Mm-hmm.
faithful, loyal, has his own money.
Mm-hmm. when we say handsome, do we have like a physical type that you're looking for? Like, do you have a white boy feeding you pasta and lobster? Like, what's the physical type that we're going for?
So my preference is obviously black men.
I don't know if that was obvious. You know,
I've
so,
always only ever been with black
but
men.
the people don't know that.
True. However, the girlies with the white boyfriends are living their best lives. So maybe I need to branch into a different category because
Dr. Umar would not support that, but hey,
every black girl that has a white boyfriend seems happy.
maybe the ones who aren't happy aren't posting about it. So, you know,
Maybe, but the ones that are
probably
posting.
selection bias, you know. But continue.
So yeah, so my preference is mainly black men, but
And when you say black men, are we talking like light skin, dark skin, medium brown? Like, let's get into the specific, because someone might see this and say, hey, I want to shoot my shot. Do I fit the criteria? So we really need to give people the details.
I mean, I feel like it depends. If I'm attracted to you, it doesn't really matter if like you're light skin or dark skin. I will say, if you do the math, I've mostly been with dark skinned men.
Okay.
I've gone on a couple of dates with some light skinned men. As I said, if you're attractive, if you check my boxes.
Is there a height minimum?
You just need to be taller than me when I'm wearing heels.
Okay.
And I usually wear like 5-inch heels. So
Okay. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Okay, so about 5'10".
Yes.
It's not bad. That's very reasonable.
Yeah.
It's very reasonable.
I just don't want you to be shorter than me when we're going out.
Okay, that's super reasonable. Okay, so preferably black, preferably 5'10" or taller, which 5'10" is average height in the U.S. So like we're doing good so far. Has a job, again, very reasonable. Anything else?
I mean, I said loyal, faithful, you know.
Okay, so no Nigerians.
Not abusive.
Okay. I mean, yes, fair enough. But those are the basics, right?
Yeah, those
okay.
are the basics.
Fair. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, if you hit the criteria, keep listening because you know we'll give you some game on how to approach. All right, so a lot of guys DM you. You don't really typically respond unless they fit kind of your physical type. Okay, so typically when you end up on a date with a man, it's usually because they reached out to you via DM.
No, it's either a mutual friend. They approached me in person, and I was like, okay, this is somebody I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll say mainly that.
Okay.
I used to be on Hinge, but I haven't gone on a Hinge date in years.
Okay.
So I would say.
Was there something wrong with Hinge? Was it just
every single Hinge date I went on, I was like, I should have just stayed home, y'all.
Okay. All right. Do you have like can you remember one that was particularly bad?
I'd even finish talking about the terrible date.
Okay, sorry, my fault. I get easily distracted. I may or may not have ADHD. Sorry, continue.
So that was the first red flag.
Okay.
And so then, we finished, like we're leaving. So he picked me up in an Uber. So he's supposed to drop me off at my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We're in the car. He's on his phone. I'm on my phone, whatever, chill. Because I had made up my mind I was never going on a date again with him. And then he casually brings up one of our mutual friends, and he's talking about, he could beat that man. Yeah.
Like put hands on him?
Yeah, he could if he wanted to. So the person I'm talking about had posted a video on their story. They were like at the gym, getting active.
All right.
And he made that comment like, oh.
I'll whoop his ass.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I giggled and I said, what makes you think you can?
Okay.
And he's like, oh, we all went to the same middle school. So he's like, oh, when we're in middle school, I used to, rough him up. Exactly. Yeah. Thank you. So I go, that was a while ago. He hadn't even reached puberty yet.
Right.
This is a grown ass.
Literally kids.
Right. This is a grown ass man. That man gets so mad, flips out, and goes, shut up. Oh. Mind you, we're still in the back of the Uber. Mm-hmm. Shut up. So I go, who are you talking to? He's like, oh, you're still a kid. Like, you need to listen when adults are speaking.
What was the age difference here?
2 years.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thank you. Adults.
That's funny.
So I'm shocked because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up. Just he can talk. He's like ranting, talking about because we knew each other when we were in middle school. He's like, I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I haven't changed. I'm still the same.
That's probably not a good thing.
Like he's like, oh, I think I'm better than him. When have I said anything? You're the one just chatting. You're the one just chatting in this car. And then he starts bringing up money. How much he makes versus how much I make.
Oh, so he's trying to big dog you.
Yeah, he was trying to humble me. That's what he was trying to do. And it wasn't working out. Because first of all, you said you're the adult and I'm the child here. So technically, if you're the adult, you should be making more money than I am.
Right.
And if we really want to compare, we should compare how much money you were making when you were my age, not how much money you're making now.
Right.
So, yeah, so we got into a whole other argument where it was like he was trying to humble me, like, oh yeah, I make 200 plus, I drive this car, I live here, I've worked for so and so Fortune 500 companies, and I was like, when you were my age, you were sleeping on the floor, so you didn't have a car. So if you really want to talk about it, let's not compare incomes right now.
I have a question. What prompted that part of the conversation? Did he just feel better way to frame the question? Did you get the sense that he was threatened by you in some way when you guys were at dinner? Because I feel like that's really the only reason somebody would start doing this is like from some sense of insecurity, which based on the story, that's what I'm getting anyway. But did you get that sense while you guys were at dinner?
Dinner was fine. Everything was fine until, the bill came, the whole tip fiasco.
Okay.
But everything, we're just kind of catching up because I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah.
He doesn't live in Boston. He lives in a different state, so he was visiting.
Okay.
So everything was fine. Like, we had drinks, we were eating, just catching up. It was in the Uber where everything just flipped. I was even confused. I'm like, what is going on? So it just felt like he held some animosity towards me the entire time, and it was only revealed because I was willing to talk back to him.
Okay.
And not just accept his facts because he's the adult and I'm the child. But yeah, and then even got to the point he's like telling the Uber driver to drop me off on the road.
That's crazy.
Right, crazy. So wild. We get to my apartment. I usually check to make sure I have everything before I exit the Uber. He's like, get out. I'm like, just because he said that, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna say, because you're not gonna tell me what to do. Right. So now he's mad. Uber driver is like trying to stay out of it. He was,
yo, I know that dude was in the front. Like, what the
right?
They got going on back
Like
there,
he didn't say a word the entire car.
None of my business.
Like meanwhile, he kept telling him like, drop her off. Nothing. Silent.
A true business minder. That's what we like to see. He said,
I'm
listen,
like,
I'm just here
no,
to get
you
paid.
drop him off.
It's crazy.
So then we get there. I'm still in the car because he said I should get out, and I didn't like the fact that he was telling me what to do. So I'm just sitting in the car, and he's in the car, and it's just silence. And then I finally exit, and I tell the Uber driver that I apologize for the idiot that I took the Uber with. But yeah, that was the most recent chaotic date I went on. I started blocking him in the Uber on everything, socials.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous. But I should have known. He's kind of, I know him through family as well. So I had a conversation with my sister. She's like, yeah, like he's always been argumentative. So.
I'm argumentative. I don't do that, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was wild. It was like midnight. Drop me off on the street. Ugh. Stop.
All right. Well, at least you made it home.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That's pretty bad.
Thank you.
That's pretty bad. Have you been on a good date recently?
Damn. No, I really have to think back. Because have I?
Approximately how many dates do you go on in a month?
In a month?
In a month.
0.
0. Oh, you've given up. You've given up.
Yeah. Like, I went on a couple of dates. I can count the number of dates I went on last year. That's how bad it was.
Oh, wow. So last year was... So when did you decide, I'm over this, the men are disappointing? I don't want to do this no more?
I think early last year, around like March ish, I decided, you know what? Y'all are just a waste of my time
Mm-hmm.
and energy.
Mm-hmm.
I deleted like all the dating apps,
Mm-hmm.
cuz it's not worth it.
Okay, let me ask this question, right? So, how do I want to put this? How do I want to put this? I think most people want to be in a relationship, right? I feel
Mhm.
like that's pretty standard. We as social beings would like companionship. Um, what does it take? Well, better question. In the right circumstance, would you want to be in a relationship right now?
I mean, with the right man, yes, but I feel like I used to crave it,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm just if it happens, it happens, you know? I'm not looking as much as I was before.
Okay. And so you said the basically beginning of last year
Mhm.
was kind of the tipping point. Was it a particular interaction or was it just a culmination of all of them where you just said, I'm good, I'm all set on this?
I think my frontal lobe just developed.
Okay. All right.
And it was honestly just kind of eye opening. I just woke up one day, I'm like, "Ugh, what have I been doing?
Mhm.
Like, this is a waste of my time. Like, I have my own money, I pay my own bills. Like, I have peace of mind. I go to bed, I don't think about, oh my God, like, who's he talking to? Does he even want me? Is he cheating?
Mhm.
I sleep like a baby.
Mhm.
So, unless somebody is going to add something substantial to my life as it is currently, I don't force myself to, you know, find someone because I'm like, every time I've done that, it's always ended up in tears.
Mm.
So now I'm like, now I'm good. I'm chilling.
Mhm.
Obviously, if the right man comes around, I will give them the opportunity. But once I see somebody, I just kind of put them in a box. Like I just give kind of an assessment. I'm like, oh, there's no point in me even talking to you because you don't look serious. So I
Mm.
feel like now I can recognize what I want. I feel like I didn't know what I wanted before. And
Mm.
that made it very hard for me to figure out who to date and who not to. But now it's like I have these standards and a checkbox. If you're not checking the boxes, there's no point in me having a conversation with you.
Mhm.
There's no point in me going on a date with you.
Mhm.
Initially I would go, but now I know. So it's like, ugh.
Mhm.
But I would say definitely frontal lobe, just growing. And also, when you're really busy as a woman and you have your own things going on, you don't really think that much about, oh my God, like I want a man, I want a man. Like initially, I would get sad when I would see people in relationships and I wasn't in a relationship. I'm like, oh my God, when is it gonna be my turn? But now I don't care because half of y'all are in relationships where your man is cheating, honey. Like, let's be so for real. There's so many relationships online that people, revere, people put on their vision boards, but
Goals.
right, you have no idea what's going on day
Mhm.
to day in those relationships.
Mhm.
And I'm at that point where I recognize that. So if I find somebody, great, amazing. But I'm doing great by myself
Mhm.
and I don't feel sad. I've also been single for so long now. It's like
How long are we talking?
I haven't been in a relationship for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
That's not that long. That's not that long.
Like no situationship. Like
Oh,
no
nothing. Oh
nothing.
wow, good job.
Thank
Nice
you.
work. Like
So like I go to bed, I have zero calls. Most of my calls
phone
are my
dry
best
as
friend. Right.
hell.
Phone is dry.
Mhm.
Like it's great.
Mhm.
But initially I would like entertain these situations. Now it's like no,
Mhm. Mhm.
absolutely not.
Mhm. Mhm. Now, thinking big picture, right? Again, thinking about most people want to have some level of companionship, right? Do you desire to be in a long term committed relationship, marriage, etc.? Is that something that you desire for yourself?
Yeah, now another reason why I don't bother is I'm dating to marry,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like, when you're kind of younger, it's like you like somebody, but now I'm getting older and I'm getting to the point where there's no need for me to entertain relationships that are not going anywhere. So yeah, I want to find somebody that I want to build a family with and have a family. I just everybody wants that. Oh, sorry. Everybody wants that.
I wouldn't say everybody wants that, but
Okay, true. Most people.
are you sure about that? Like, are you complete? Listen, again, I'm on the other side of it, like, and I feel like it's a lot of dudes who be playing. Not to say that women don't be playing, but I think when it comes to relationships, a lot of men are kind of just like, nah, I'm gonna entertain Shorty and I'm gonna entertain this one and I'm gonna entertain this one. And I'm not really serious with any of them, but fuck it, because why not? I like the attention. I like X, Y, and Z. So I am actually skeptical to the degree to which most people want that, because I think serious relationships are a lot of work, right?
Mhm.
And I'm not sure how many people genuinely are willing or able to do that work. I think people like the aesthetic of it. I think
Mhm.
people like being able to say that they're in a relationship. I think people like the security that feeling like somebody's there for you provides, but are they willing or able to do the work necessary to maintain that? I'm not so sure that that's the case for real, for real. And I know, again, I see women complaining a lot on the internet. I don't know that they did the work either, though. Like, I'm not sure that they completely understand how to show up for another person in that way, in the same way that they're asking someone to show up for them. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because, like, again, I see the girlies online talking about how men are, emotionally vapid, but I done met some of y'all, and
But y'all made us that way.
I disagree. I disagree. I disagree, because you can say the same thing. Every man has a story about how he was a good man until one,
Yeah,
two,
in
three
like middle
shorties
school,
did him
somebody
greasy.
broke their heart in middle
Sometimes it's not
school.
middle school. Sometimes it's high school. Sometimes it's college. Sometimes it's early. Like it
But
can
get
happen at
over
any.
it.
But we can say the same shit to y'all.
No, but we get over it really quickly.
No, you
Y'all,
don't.
yes, we do. Y'all would be talking about, oh my God, this girl broke my heart in high school. You're a whole 30 years old. Like, please go to therapy, grow up.
Y'all don't do the same thing.
No.
Oh my God, that one man, he wasn't shit. So now I'm closed off. I got these walls on. You got to jump through X, Y, Z hoops just to even get to talk to me. Da-da-da-da-da. Y'all don't do that.
No.
You gonna sit here and lie to me like this?
No,
Are
so
you crazy?
the difference is when we do that, it's mainly a most
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Get it out.
it's like a recent situation as opposed to y'all where it's like something that happened like 5-10 years ago.
I beg to differ, but it's fine. So what you're saying is that we hold on to stuff and y'all just never learn your lesson. Because that's really what I be
I
hearing.
agree with that. I do think a lot of women don't learn their lesson.
And that's the shit that be getting me, because I'm like, dang, it's been 4-5 times. Because realistically, this is my whole essence of the dating issue, is that, well, this is not everything. But one of the things that I've observed is y'all don't stand on no fucking business. Like, men behave the way they behave because you let them. Like, if it were required for men to be good people in order to have access to women in the ways that they wanted to, they would. But it's not. Like,
But I feel like not all women. A lot of women do
well,
stand on
of
business.
course, we're generalizing right now. That's the point. Not all men are dickheads, but we're generalizing. And so women will say, oh, like, it ain't no good men's XYZ, whatever. I said men's. It ain't no good men XYZ, right? But I seen the niggas you talk to, and they're all dickheads. So what incentive does that man have to act right if you giving him what he want anyway?
But you see, they haven't reached that point where they've recognized that they don't need to be with somebody. They're not. I feel like those people are not comfortable being alone yet. Once you get comfortable being alone, you're gonna realize there's no point hanging with these dickheads. But I just
But you put it in quotes. Dickheads.
So I think that's what the issue is people stick with those type of men because they don't want to be alone.
Right.
So they just kind of
Mm-hmm.
I guess compromise on their standards.
Right.
Which is terrible. But I do think a lot of women that are single because they do stand on business.
Which is fair. And I think if there was more of that, there would be less issues. Because like I said, niggas are easy.
No, but the men these days, they're trying to be
Oh
Trying to be
my God.
chased.
No, tell me.
They're trying to be
Go ahead.
chased.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. What do you mean by that? Explain.
Okay, an example. Okay, I'm at the club. I'm getting a drink at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You're staring at me. I know you want to talk to me.
Right.
I've paid for my drink. Da da da. You come up to me. You start talking to me, asking me questions, about what I do. Oh, big money. So when you gonna take me
Does
out?
that actually happen? You fucking lying. That
No,
doesn't happen.
I'm dead
That
ass.
doesn't happen.
It happens.
That doesn't
That is a real story.
Niggas don't be calling shorties big money for real.
Yes, they
I don't
do.
believe it. I don't
yes,
believe it.
they
I don't
do.
believe it. I don't believe
Yes,
it. I don't believe
they do. If you're watching this right now and somebody has called you big money, comment, please.
I genuinely don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe y'all are trolling online.
No,
You're trolling.
I wish we were.
I believe you're trolling.
I have evidence.
I would like to see it. I would like to see it.
Somebody has called me big money.
And
they
he said,
do it all the time.
when you taking me out?
Yes. When are you taking me out?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. It's 2026. Like, I deserve to be taken out because I'm handsome.
No.
Word to ASAP Rocky. Why not?
That's not how things work. we're
Why
the
not?
woman. We're the ones supposed to be chased, not the other way around.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because y'all are men.
What does that mean? What about me as a man? What about me as a man means that I should? First of all, chasing is crazy because if I'm chasing you, that means you don't like me.
No, but
I don't gotta chase a shorty that likes me. I know what you mean though. Pursue all that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
you want
pursue.
me to do the work.
I want you to do the initial. Obviously, I'm gonna, hold up my end, but I need you to do the initial work. Setting up the dates. Showing me that you're interested.
What about a man makes it that's his job?
Because I mean, for me, I need the man to be the provider in the relationship, to be the man of the house. In order to be the man of the house, you need to be able to do things like that.
But see, this is what I'm saying though. You just keep saying man, 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 man. So in your head, you've associated masculinity with certain qualities. But what's the reason for that?
Because you need to be the provider.
What does that mean?
I mean, for me, if I'm with a man or if my husband, I'm expecting him to be the one to take majority of the financial,
Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
take care of it.
Why?
It's a cultural thing. Growing up, in Ghana, that's just how the man is the breadwinner in the house. He's the one supposed to provide. Right. He's the one supposed to chase. Even like bride price, for instance. That's the whole point. It's like, you're coming to my family to ask for my hand in marriage and present, okay, these are the things that you need to provide in order for you to take our daughter away from the family. It's like a cultural thing. You should be able to. So
you want to be purchased.
Not purchased.
That's literally what a bride price is. No. It's a bride price. You put a price on things that are for purchase. Am I wrong? Definitionally, am I wrong?
Definitionally, yes. But the only people that have an issue with the bride price are people outside of the culture. I've never met an African woman who has an issue with the bride price.
Listen, and that's fine. I'm not African. So from my perspective, when we talk about a bride price, and the only reason I push on things like this is because when you have these expectations that are based strictly in what's normal to you based on your culture, you're not actually exploring or examining where these things come from and the deleterious side of it as well. So if I'm in a culture that says women are available for purchase,
but that doesn't mean, it's not like you just
hold on. If I'm in a culture that says women are available for purchase, is it likely that I view women as equal human beings?
I mean, it's like we're for purchase.
Yes,
the bride price is to show that you can provide for the woman that you're marrying.
Price. I'm buying you from your family. It is a
There's
transfer.
Other ways to say
it's a transfer of, yes, those are called euphemisms. That is massaging the actual message behind the phrase. Bride price is called a bride price for a reason, because you are buying the woman from her family.
No, you're showing
transferring ownership from one family to another. That's I feel like that's very cut and dry. Like I said, I don't come from a culture that has
No.
that, but I feel like that's very cut and dry. Like,
You're
I'm buying
showing
you. I'm buying you. I'm buying you. That's what it is. You
No,
want to be
you're
bought.
showing that you can provide for me. That's
Why
the
am I
whole
giving you
point.
that? Why am I giving your family that money?
So that cause basically bride prices differ by family. Different families, the richer your family, the higher your bride price is. So basically, you're showing the family that, oh, we can provide for your daughter. We can provide so and so things. If you can't meet the things on
Why
the
the
list,
fuck do I need to pay your family? Isn't that your job to vet whether I can provide for you to your standards? Why the fuck am I paying your family? That don't make sense.
but the bride price is not just money. This is a whole list.
What
It's
is
lots
it? Tell me. Educate me. Like I said, I don't come from a culture where we do that. So let me know.
I mean, it depends, as I said, on the family,
Mhm.
but obviously, I mean, for my culture, the husband or husband to be has to give a sum of money to the father, the brother.
So he gives money to the men of the family. That's not interesting, is it? Oh. Oh. You don't see this? Am I like tweaking here? You
It's
don't you,
beautiful. It's a beautiful part of the culture
if I mean, I guess.
because everybody, it's like public. Everybody can see it. You want to show that yes,
Yes,
your
you're
man
being
is
purchased in a public
no,
auction.
your man has money. Your man is a provider. He's sometimes there's
buying me.
cars on the bride price.
Oh, I'm expensive.
There's goats. There's wine, alcohol.
This has not
a
changed.
Bible.
This has not changed the fact that you're being bought.
We're not being bought.
Yes, you are.
No, we're
So if he can't pay the bride price, or
He can't marry
or he
me.
refuses to pay the bride price.
He can't marry me.
So if you don't pay for the product, you can't buy it. Like this
mean-
is I mean, I feel like this is so cut and dry. I feel like
No,
this is so
it's
cut and dry.
not. Obviously, there's people that let's say you're marrying somebody out of the culture who doesn't believe in it. Sometimes there's been instances where people will marry someone without the bride price, but it's frowned upon. Like for instance, let's say I have a fiance who's trying to marry me. He has to pay the bride price because I respect it. My family respects it. Nobody is gonna recognize that as a marriage until
Because he didn't
that
pay for the
price is-
product.
Yeah.
He didn't pay for the product.
He didn't show that he can
He
provide
didn't
for
pay.
me.
Well, again, isn't that your job to vet? Like if you know the dude makes 300,000, he can provide for you, yes or no? So why do I gotta pay your family? I just don't understand that. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. And again, I don't come from a culture
It's a
where
show
that's a
of
thing.
wealth. Like it's a part of the traditional marriage.
So it is quite literally just an opportunity to flex.
Yeah,
Hey guys, this is how much I bought my wife for.
and it's a good thing for the families too because, as I said, depending on the type of family you're from, the bride price differs. So it's like, oh damn, our daughter's expensive. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
so you don't see how objectifying this is?
No, I like it. So
I mean, it's okay to like being objectified.
it's not objectifying. It's
Okay.
it's like a part of the culture. It's
Okay.
tradition.
All right. Okay. Just
know?
because it's tradition doesn't mean it's not objectifying. There are plenty of things in tradition that are objectifying. But again, like this is what I'm saying though. I don't feel like people truly evaluate these things, especially
I've
when
thought
it's
about it.
convenient for them, where it's like you don't got to pay it.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily need to evaluate. It's the same idea of, why does, and this is where we came from, why does a man need to be the one to pay for the first date? Like, what is the reason behind that? Well, it's because traditionally, women were seen as objects to be pursued. That's where it comes from. And yeah, you might find it convenient that like, shit, it's great. I don't gotta pay for these things. I don't gotta plan the date. This is wonderful. But if you don't examine where it comes from, you might not see how all of these things interplay to now you get to a point in a relationship where that man don't respect you in the same way you would want him to because he don't look at you as an equal.
No, but the difference is I make my own money.
Sure,
So-
sure. But it's that you're having a different conversation. You're having a different conversation. You expect that a man uses his energy and resources to pursue you.
Yeah.
You don't expect to do the same thing in reverse.
No, my thing is, like, if we're in a relationship, obviously I expect you to pay most of the date. That doesn't mean that I'm never gonna pay for a date or I'm never gonna.
Right, but
do
you
anything
expect
for
him to take the onus of that.
Yeah.
Right? So there is an imbalance there. You think
He's a man.
Right, and you're the woman, so you should shut the fuck up, right?
No.
But this is exactly the point. This is where it goes. Because again, traditionally, if you think about it, again, I'm gonna just think about, the United States and Western cultures, right? Like women have occupied a space in the house and society that is below the man. And so, okay, part of the reason why we have like these kind of rules and standards around chivalry is because women are dainty objects to be protected. Women are shiny objects to be pursued. This is all the objectification of women. Now, there are ways in which it can be beneficial to women. For example, not having to pay for certain things, getting gifts, XYZ. But the attitude behind it is that you are something to be acquired. You are not a human being in a way that. So when y'all say, "Oh, well, why do men love hanging out with their homeboys and they don't like hanging?" Because my homeboys are people, and I'm not saying that, but like that is the idea. If you have this concept that a man is supposed to pay for my time is valuable in this way, but his is not. You've created an imbalance. So why do you think suddenly in another arena of this relationship it's just gonna balance out? That don't make sense. The mindset that would require somebody to accept that imbalance over here is going to create imbalances in plenty of other spaces within that relationship. So you can't have it this way over here and then say, "Oh, well, I want it a different way over here." That don't make sense.
So what you're saying is that if women don't want to be objectified, that we should do the same things that men do?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying stop expecting objectifying behavior.
But it's
And
not
objectifying.
If you love me, why wouldn't you? Why aren't you paying for the bills?
I could say the same thing in reverse. If you love me, why aren't you paying for the bills? What is your capacity as a woman? Like again, you're thinking about these standards that were set in cultures where a woman's capacity to earn income was actually either non-existent or significantly less than a man. So it made sense that a man would do those things. You exist in a culture now where a woman's capacity to earn income is essentially equal. Again, we can have conversations about wage gap, and I'm not a sociologist, so I'm not even going to talk about it. But essentially is equal to another man, to a man, right? So at this point, that expectation is rooted in nothing but tradition. And that tradition is rooted in patriarchy, which treats women as objects and certainly less than equal. Yes or no?
No.
What do you mean no? What do you mean no?
What
was incorrect about what I said?
Nothing was incorrect. What I'm saying.
Precisely. Y'all heard it. Book it. Cut it right there.
No. But how I see it is like, yeah, I think you see it as, okay, we're objects. We don't see it as
I don't see it as your
okay.
objects. My observation is that within these cultures, that is how women are treated.
But we don't see it as that.
Because
we see
it's convenient.
it as
Because it's convenient. You have made a story. You have made a story up in your head to allow you to accept these things. Because there are benefits for you.
Because my thing is, how can you be my man if you can't provide for me? Like, you do see what I'm saying? It's like, I have my own apartment, I have my own car.
You seem to be doing a good job providing for yourself.
Yeah,
Why do you need a man to do it? Why do you need a man to do it?
I don't need a man to do it. But if a man wants me, they have to do it.
Why?
That's the difference.
Why?
Because, as I said initially, I need to see that you're adding something substantial to my life.
And
if you're coming in to do
substance has to be
nothing,
financial?
it's not financial. It's like love, affection, all of that. But in addition to that, you have to be a provider. Like, I'm not going to sit at the date and then split it 50-50. Like, please be for real.
Why? What is that? What does it say to you if a man suggests that you split it? What does that say to you?
It just shows me that you're not going to be the provider in the relationship. So there's no need for us going on a second date.
Again, so you're back at this kind of financial provision thing. What is so important about that? If you have the capability to provide for yourself, why is it so important to you that a man does it?
It's a cultural thing.
So you just haven't examined it that far, and that's okay.
It's a cultural thing.
That's okay. But my point is, you haven't examined that far. So again, when that man comes in with this attitude of like, why am I going back and forth to you? Your opinion don't matter. You're a woman. Your opinion doesn't carry the same weight as mine. You're a woman.
But you see, the difference is in the past that could men could do that because, as she said before, women did not make as much money or were not making that much money. But now you tell me that, I'm packing up my stuff and I'm leaving because guess what? As I said before, I have my own money now,
So
so I don't need you.
what you want is a situation in which both y'all is making money, and his money's y'all money, and your money's your money.
Yeah.
What does that communicate to him about your level of care for him and your investment in that relationship?
I'm gonna have kids. You know what that does to a woman's body?
Okay, but
That's my contribution.
But until you do,
Does the womanly parts of the relationship lean
what are
on
those?
making sure the house is?
So you don't want a man to contribute at all to like household maintenance.
I mean, he got to take out the trash for sure.
You want him to do the manly shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So like all the cleaning, you gonna do all that. You don't ever want him to participate in any cleaning.
I didn't say that. If you want,
So you do want him. You know. So you want to cook all the time. You don't ever want him to help with that.
No, I'm gonna have a chef. We're gonna have a private chef. So,
Let's say you don't. Are you gonna do all the cooking?
no. Why must I do all the cooking?
Why must he do all the spending? This is what I'm talking about. Like, you have created a standard in which you expect the man to do essentially 100% of one thing.
I mean, if I'm a housewife, I would understand. But if I'm going to work,
But that's the point. If you are a housewife, you can't just pack your shit and go. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
but if I have my own money before I got into the marriage, and plus, if I'm a housewife, I want an allowance. Like, I need an allowance, you know?
And you think that man is just going to allow you to pack your shit and leave? Like, he's not gonna have control over that fucking account? Like, be serious. Be serious.
Oh, I will make sure I have
Be serious.
primary control of that
Be serious.
account.
Do you really think
Yeah.
that's gonna fly?
Yeah.
You think a man that says, okay, I am going to finance everything in this relationship, and I'm going to give you an allowance in the same way parents give their children an allowance. They're going to say, yes, you can have primary control over these accounts that I fund. That's what you
No,
think.
just my allowance.
That I'm funding.
Yeah.
You think
It's
he's
my
going? You
allowance.
think he's going to go for that?
He has to go for that.
What do you mean he has to? You have no leverage.
We're gonna discuss all these terms before we get married.
And then what happens if he says, fuck that shit, nigga, it's my money. I do whatever the fuck I want. It's my
well,
account.
that's why there's prenups.
And so in the prenup, it's going to say, if I don't have primary control over this account, I can leave scot-free. You got to cut me off 50%. Hey, man, if it worked for you, it worked for you. But I don't think you're seeing the inconsistencies in the statements that you're putting forth.
But I personally, I don't want to be a housewife because I feel like I would be busy. I want to have my own business. I want to do my own thing.
Right.
However,
Yep.
at the end of the day, I need my husband to be the one. He got to pay the mortgage. He got to pay the bills. Obviously, I will contribute in some way.
Which is not really much.
But not much. He should be doing most of the lifting. Like, yeah, I could do groceries. I could do, the little things in the house.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, he should be, because I'm sorry, you see all the stuff that happens to pregnant women?
No, I hear you. And I think the conversation when you are pregnant is a different conversation. But again, if y'all are childless, let's say you get married, you're childless, and it's a dual income household. And let's say, I guess the better question is, are you expecting that man to out earn you by like 10 times?
No.
So if you're earning about in a kind of approximate area to each other, why does it make sense for you to say you bear all the financial burden or the majority of the financial burden while we're both working? But I'm not going to bear an outside's burden when it comes to household responsibilities or X, Y, and Z. That's kind of the point that I make. Again, whatever dynamic works for people is what works for people. I am totally on board with, a man paying all of it and the woman paying nothing. If that's what works for you, fine. But the ideological inconsistency there is what I'm pushing on. So, okay, I want him to take the lion's share of responsibility here, but I'm unwilling to take the lion's share of responsibility here.
So my money is like the backup. Like, God forbid something happens. We're still going to have money. Like, my money is in the savings. Like, we're going to have joint accounts and separate accounts, okay? I'm going to contribute money into that joint account.
Just
He's
not
gonna
as much.
contribute. Yeah, just not much.
Just not as much.
So at the end of the day, God forbid something happens, we still have something to fall back on. So I'm not saying, oh, my money is never gonna be.
So you're just
used
using
by-
your money for something else within the context of the relationship.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than saying your money's for us and my money's for me.
So it's hard to explain because I mean, sorry, let me backtrack. So how I see it is, okay, we're in a marriage. He's paying most of the bills, obviously, because I make my own money. He doesn't have to worry about taking care of things that affect me. But additionally, I'm also going to be contributing to that joint account. God forbid he loses his job. We're good because I still have a job. I still make money. That's how I see it.
Right. But you only gonna put your money on the line when you have to.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, yeah, only when I have to.
Oh my God. This is a very interesting perspective. It's a very interesting perspective.
And when I do have kids, I might not go back to work.
Which again, I think that makes sense, but that's because you're doing something else. Versus y'all are both working, and it's like, no, we're gonna use your money. Fuck you.
But you see, there's men who wouldn't want their woman to spend money on stuff.
And why do you think that is? Do you think it's because they view you as an equal person?
It's because they love you.
Again, so when a man loves you, he doesn't want you to spend money. But when a woman loves you, she wants you to spend your money.
Spend your money on me.
So if you love him, why don't you spend your money on him?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy him gifts. I'm gonna take him out. I'm gonna spend my money on him as well.
But just not as frequently.
No, not. I'm not saying that.
That's what you've been saying this whole time.
Not on bills. I'll spend money on him
on fun, but not on necessities. And fun is far less important than necessities.
Yeah, he should be taking care of the necessities.
Again, so you live in this world where something about a man, I don't know what it is, makes him more willing, capable, responsible for doing important things, and then you are just a girl. So
yeah, I'm just a girl.
But again, the idea of just being a girl is not infantilizing. You're a grown-ass woman. What do you mean you're just a girl? That don't make sense. So again, if you're just a girl, am I supposed to respect you as an equal?
Yeah.
But I'm a man. I'm a grown-ass man handling responsibility, but you're just a girl. So do you subscribe to the idea of when you're with a man, you want to turn your brain off?
I don't turn my brain off when I'm with a man.
Okay, so that's different. I was having a conversation with my homegirl. She was like, yeah, no, it doesn't mean that. Like,
no.
I don't want to do anything, but like, okay. But anyway, if you're just a girl, just a girl. What does that mean? What does that mean to you when you say you're just a girl? What does that mean?
No, soft, delicate. That's what it means. It means I need to be taken care of.
Right.
That's
like
what
a
it
dependent. Like a child.
Why must you always conclude?
Because that's what you're saying. Think about the terminology. I'm just a girl. A youth. A child, rather than saying I'm a woman, a grown adult. Like you give it, like you're saying, I'm not. I am simply taking what you're saying and explaining how it comes off, because you're not thinking about it.
I mean, I don't use that "I'm just a girl" term anymore. Yeah, I used to, but now I'm a grown woman.
Right, and so as a grown woman, you don't want to do grown woman shit.
I mean, I'm doing grown.
But when a man comes around, I want to revert back to being a girl.
Yeah.
This is my point. This is exactly my point. Anyway, this has been a fun conversation. My camera's dying, so we're going to cut it now.
You need to get batteries.
You know what? Thanks for that advice. I appreciate it. I'll keep that in mind, but it doesn't help us right now. So with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in. Amma, where can people find you?
That sounded so, like, where can people find you?
Where can people find you? Like, connect with you online. Where you post
that's
a lot.
Yes.
You know what I meant.
I know what you meant, but when you said where people find me.
Oh my God.
You can find me on Instagram. First name dot last name AMMA.AGYEI. Same handle on TikTok as well. But
you're a fucking headache. Anyway, you guys know where to find me. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, _Trev Wiz, the podcast at the Global Renaissance Pod. Once again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Amma, thanks for coming and letting me berate you, even though you're just a girl.
I'm a grown woman
Oh, apparently she's a grown woman now.
now.
But if
But
you're a man and you want to deal with her, you got to pay all her bills, and she ain't going to do shit for you.
that's it, when we're in a marriage, not when we're in a relationship. I don't expect men to pay my bills when we're in a relationship.
Okay, well, there's a little bit of reasonability there. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Rate, review, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. This has been another episode of Global Renaissance Podcast. Catch y'all on the next one.